You ever eat way too many Flintstones vitamins?
No.
What?
No.
Y'all didn't grow up with those?
I did grow up with them, but there was a kid in the 90s who died from eating a ton of them. And I still remember my mom telling me a story about that as a kid.
That was my brother.
Like, that these aren't candies.
Like, you had a brother?
You can die. And I was what?
I don't. He got into the Flintstones vitamins. He ate 2 jars of them. He's done. I loved them. Yeah. I dared him to do it.
I don't think they make those anymore.
They probably don't. Now it's those vitamin gummies, which I also have been known to eat a few too many of, but they'll give you diarrhea if you eat too many.
Remember when we were doing that fitness challenge like 7 years ago, whatever it was? And I remember I was like, in my head, I'm like, man, the thing holding me back is going to be time and hydration, because I just need to be able to sit there and just grind for hours a night, because I won't be able to get any MEPs during the work day the next day. So I just got to grind. So I got to stay super hydrated. And so for like a week and a half, I was getting tons of MEPs, and I was drinking Pedialyte like it was water. Like, because I was like, if I can hydrate, I'll be even more elite. And so I was like finishing a big 32 ounce of Pedialyte,
Jesus,
and then go grab another one and start drinking that. And like 2 days in, I'm like, oh man, my body must be flushing out the toxins, because I have had brutal diarrhea.
Salt water.
Drinking salt water. And I was drinking tons of other liquid too. And so I was just diarrheaing for days until I realized, like, I think I read the back of a Pedialyte, and it's like, you're feeling really dehydrated? Drink half of this. I'm like, oh, so don't drink a 4-pack in one evening. Okay. So yeah, don't do that. PSA, it will give you the shits, and you'll have to, it'll take like 2 full days for you to go back to normal after you stop.
Dude, I just noticed the thing Zach put in about kratom. I want to read it. Kratom's effects, there are 2 effects I like. See if you can pick them out. On the body include nausea, itching, sweating, dry mouth, constipation, increased urination, tachycardia, perhaps pronounced
tachycardia. Right. That's like heart
tachycardia. Thank you. Vomiting, drowsiness, loss of appetite. They experience anorexia, weight loss, insomnia, hepatotoxicity, seizure, and hallucinations.
Sounds awful.
What's the good part? The hallucinations?
Weight loss and hallucinations are in there.
Well, you're going to be so ill, you won't be able to get food down, or keep it down at least. So
I accept your terms.
Well, I think those are similar side effects to like opiate pills, right? Like not being able to shit.
All right, so you got to take a lot of opiates to get to the constipation part. They do make you itchy though. Like I think I kind of like the itchiness. It's kind of like, you ever like have an itch that's pleasing to scratch? It can be like that. And if you don't want to obviously hurt yourself and like get like a weirdo, like scratch your skin up. But if you had like, I don't know, like a back scratcher or like a loofah or something, and you hop in the shower, it kind of feels really good to like scratch yourself everywhere when you're really itchy. And
I would hate that.
I can't relate to this at all. When I take,
you're also high as fuck.
And by the way, I've only taken opiates like post surgery, never recreationally. Yeah. I get the constipation very easily. I'm good at that, and I've never itched. I've certainly never enjoyed an itch.
Only been
I've heard the constipation
once in my life.
Thing. Yeah, I'm pretty much never constipated if I'm eating normally.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a real thing. I didn't believe it. I was like, what do you mean? Like the poop won't come out? Like, and then Wings, of course, made up that crazy story about poop like getting log jammed. I was like, maybe other people's poops are different than mine, or like maybe their buttholes are shaped different. Like do I? Like, I just didn't understand.
Yours is like one of those Lego things. It comes out like a star.
I spent my whole childhood constipated.
Star, right?
It was like my normal.
I've got a crescent moon butthole. It comes out in there.
Like the Lego. Dude, when I was a kid, I pooped like every 4 or 5 days. That was typical for me. I remember we went whitewater rafting for a week down the Grand Canyon, and there were no toilets there. Of course, you just had to like manage. And I was like, well, I'll just not poop this week, and I didn't.
That's insane.
It is insane.
How do kids do stuff like that? Like, I don't know. you just don't shit for 5 days and then just have
or 7 something
mass
like that.
exodus at your home.
I'm still like, it seems what happened to me in prison and me not pooping for weeks like that. Mm-hmm. While eating, I wasn't eating much. I was on an extreme like diet, but I was eating something. And it's like, if you took the food that I ate between the time I had pooped last and between weeks later when I pooped the second time, my God, it would cover the table. You know, it would be like a bucket of food. You'd be like 3 gallons of food, 4 gallons of food. How much food do you eat over the course of? I don't remember how long I went without pooping. I think it might have been 6 weeks or something. Like I remembered it better back then. Like whatever I said is, I was so worried. I was going to the nurse like any day. I was rubbing my stomach to try to like make something happen while I was in bed. Like maybe it's just like solidified down there or blocked up. So I'm like rubbing where I think my intestines are, just sort of like.
Was there ever a time that you were laying in the prison bed and you're like, no, I think maybe I did shit actually. Maybe
no.
Like no, you didn't ever try and.
Well, no, because it's a little scary to poop in prison, right? Like I don't like pooping in front of people. I'm a private pooper. Well, I'm a private pooper. I'm a very private pooper. I wouldn't poop. I pooped at school twice in my life.
I'm the opposite. I commonly film it and upload it to Motherless.
You're turd chomper 69. I thought I recognized that physique.
Dude, any illusions I had at a young age about being one of those, because I was always so surprised going through school that there were people who were like, I don't poop at school. And I was like, what? So like if you have to poop, you decide not to for 8 hours? That's ridiculous.
I poop in the morning.
Just go poop.
I poop in the morning before school, and I remember like I used to always have to poop when we get to work, like when I'd be with my dad working or when I'd be like hunting, and he'd be like, "Look, you gotta get on schedule here. You gotta shit in the morning, and then your day's ahead of you. You can't be stopping in the middle of the day to have some emergency poop break, or you gotta drive to your house." He's like, you can't live like this. I mean, we had this conversation because we'd be working. We'd be like carpenter. We'd be on a roof or like doing a thing over at the farm. And I'd be like, I got to go. He's like, this is going to be a 35-minute shit break because I got to drive all the way home.
And there was no bathroom there? No little porta potty?
We're on a farm. No, there's no. I don't know why we never put a fucking toilet in at that farm. It would have been that goddamn hard. Although it would have been. The toilet at home was my safety toilet anyway. I wouldn't have used the dirty toilet.
That was your haven. That was your little Rivendell.
Yeah, but no, I pooped at school twice. I specifically remember being so like nervous about my school poop that while I'm pooping, I'm like pre-wrapping little bits of toilet paper for the wipe. I'm getting them so I can be as in and out as quick as possible. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting my little wads of toilet paper ready to go as I'm pooping. Like, all right, and then
are you a folder or a baller with your toilet?
Folder, 100%. So I'm making my 3 or 4 little.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm making my 3 or 4 little folds, and I'm like rapid wiping. I'm like wipe, and then like flushing, and like as it's flushing, I'm getting my shit on as fast as I can, and then you got to make sure the coast is clear. I don't want anybody to see me come out of the stall because
you didn't want other people to know that you were a pooping person.
Yeah, I didn't want them to know that I pooped. You know, or like you know how high school is. They might be like, "Ooh, your poop's extra stinky." You poop like a loser.
Everybody, check out this gay guy shitting in the bathroom.
like that's high school is so goddamn mean. Like you just didn't want to give them an in. So it's just like I don't want you to catch me pooping in here. So yeah, twice in my life I pooped in school.
Did I tell you guys? One of my friend, I'm still good buddies with him. We play games all the time. He used to go in high school. He used to go in the bathroom and he'd like wait because there were Kyles, I guess, who would like hear somebody come in and they'd like hold their shit on the toilet and not let the next flume through. And he would walk in, pee, wash his hands, and then he'd go out to the bathroom door to leave. And he said he'd open it, and then he'd let go, and he'd close it. And he's like, "It's so funny, dude, because every time you just hear someone go, oh." and then shit, and then I was like, and then what do you do? And he's like, and then I go, I heard you shitting. and
that's my nightmare.
And then I go back to class, and I'm like, dude, this is such a waste of time.
I recognize your stupid sneakers, Kyle. Fucking and won my ass, white boy. You're in trouble now. I'm telling everybody you shit.
That was
find out your secret.
That was it's some. I mean, I've talked before. The poop bandits in my high school were
loser. Yeah, high school's mean, dude. You don't be pooping in front of people.
Mean.
I remember a girl got her tampon stuck one time. Oh my god, there's a kid running down the hallway. Hey, everybody, Meredith got a tampon stuck in her pussy. And then he ran away to the next group.
That's just the town crier. He's got a bell. Hear thee, Meredith, pussy done swallowed thine tampon.
It was like Cartman. It was like Cartman in South Park, how he'll run around and just tell everybody that something bad. Hey, did everybody hear Scott Michaels shit his pants? Like person to group, just letting everybody know that somebody fucked up. Had an embarrassing moment. So yeah, if you being constipated for that long was one of the, because I thought something was wrong with me. Like I was like, why have I not shit? Have I developed asshole cancer in prison?
That would be terrible.
Because I bet the treatment's poor here.
Mental trauma.
Well, Mr. Myers, 100%. We have a solution, but you're not going to like it.
Stress reaction.
You're going to have to let
Reggie, would you come in here? Yeah.
I think it wings his grandma.
It was 100%. Like,
it's sideways. There's your problem right there, Kyle.
It was 100% stress, Yeah. The worst is when you're trying to like.
But you were dehydrated too.
Oh no, I had you drink a lot. It's hard to explain, but there's like tons of there's a really nice ice machine. Like that's probably our nicest thing we have is it makes those little kernels of ice.
Oh yeah.
And it was like so I was drinking a ton, and I had like I was getting my Diet Pepsis, so I had those. I could cool those off in my fake prison cooler. Get those nice and ice cold for my once a day chili. The diet might have had something to do with it too. That once a day chili I was having with like prison nacho cheese was probably stopping me up pretty good.
Oh, it was just setting like quickcrete in your colon.
It did. And you know what? The weird part is I didn't have like an impressive poop when I finally did. It was just a normal, kind of poop. Maybe even a less than normal poop.
Did you sleep well that night though? You're like, all right, one worry off my heart. I felt
safe. Yeah. I was like, okay, we don't have to go to the nurse and tell her we're constipated because neither one of us are going to enjoy that conversation. She doesn't want to deal with my constipation.
Would have bullied you?
I don't think they would have known, but no, I don't think they would have bullied me about my constipation. Might have offered to help.
Yeah. You wouldn't have gone down there after like announcing to the other inmates that you had a bad case.
I think that's went over Taylor's head. Offering to help Kyle with his constipation is a form of bullying.
It is.
Oh, I know just the thing.
That fellow who's in you, you're gonna have to let it get in there.
Your sweetheart.
Just get in there and move it around like a paint stirrer.
Oh, yeah.
Like a plunger.
I don't know if that's how it works.
No, you'd have to use the handle end.
So yeah, that was horrific. And I've never had an issue since. Never had any constipation.
Yeah, that's how it works. You push it down a little farther, and then the next time it goes through smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Big brain moves.
I mean, constipation is definitely worse than diarrhea as far as of the two major poop problems,
I guess.
Because if you're having diarrhea, there is at least a feeling of like the evil is being excised. Something's getting done here. The badness is being flushed out. I'm closer to the good times. But I imagine, because I've never really dealt with constipation either, like that you're just sitting there. When am I going to shit? I don't know. Am I dying?
Elvis.
Could be.
That's what killed Elvis.
Was he on opium?
Yeah, he was on tons of opiates. He was on all those pills, and he was trying to take a hard shit.
In my head.
Gave himself
Does that mean opiates?
Like everything. No, he's in all sorts of pills though. Yeah, Elvis was popping handfuls of shit, but he was constipated trying to take a big old king size dump. His diet was also ridiculous. You've seen the sandwiches. Do you know about the famous Elvis sandwiches he would eat? Those fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
Enormous.
Peanut butter, banana, and bacon. It is an enormous sandwich.
Wouldn't he fly on a private plane in the middle of the night to be like, oh, this sandwich place in Philly, we're going, and I'm going to eat 3.
Kentucky or somewhere where they'd make these ridiculous sandwiches. I worked with a guy who sold him cars before. He was an old guy, obviously.
That's cool.
But he said that Elvis would buy like multiple Cadillacs, like you get all of his boys a Cadillac. Oh, I thought that was pretty cool. Never imagined Elvis really having like a
posse,
entourage or a posse, but I bet he did. I bet being in Elvis's posse, like sexy Elvis, like 1958 Elvis or whatever the fuck, whenever he was like slim and good looking, there'd be a lot of like spillover pussy to be had.
Is that an Elvis special?
That looks good to me, man. I gotta say, that looks fucking good. I like peanut butter. I like banana. I like bacon.
I like all those things, but how's that banana going to combine with the bacon? The
king says it's great. Sweet, salty.
I trust him. He did die of being fat and drug addicted, so he probably knew his sandwiches.
I mean, he wasn't going to hold back. You know, that was the most gluttonous, delicious thing he could imagine.
There was that other guy, the Rush Limbaugh. Didn't he have a problem with constipation?
Yeah,
for years or something? Because
he did so many opiates, he went deaf.
Which is a rough gig for a radio DJ.
That's such an important thing to not go. If you're
right. There are a lot of things you could get away with, but deaf is rough.
Yeah.
Poor guy.